last week marked a significant shift in the global attention, redirecting the focus back to Russia after 6 months of hiatus following the Israel-Gaza war. Why? Well, two major events unsettled the Western allies. Initially, Russia seized the control of Avdiivka city in the Donetsk region, strengthening its hold on the Ukraine's eastern flank. Subsequently, the news of Russian opposition figure Alexei Navalny's demise surfaced on social media. The death of Alexei Navalny triggered a widespread outrage worldwide, prompting questions about the circumstances surrounding the demise of Russia's most prominent opposition leader in prison. Critics swiftly labeled it as a political vendetta, and now the course of action is being taken. The United States, in collaboration with other nations, has now announced that it will impose sanctions over 500 targets to mark the second anniversary of Russia's invasion of Ukraine, targeting Russia's military-industrial complex and entities facilitating its access to essential goods. This action underscores efforts to hold Russia accountable for the war and Alexei Navalny's death. The Deputy U.S. Treasury Secretary, Wally, Adeyemo, has emphasized the nature of these measures, stating that American actions are a part of broader coalition movement. Just before this action, the UK had also announced that the imposition will be taken on 50 Russian entities. These sanctions represent a continuation of thousands of sanctions already imposed on Russia since the 2022 invasion, aiming to curb Moscow's aggression that has devastated Ukraine entirely. Among these efforts is also an effort of price ceiling initiative, limiting Russia's revenues of oil exports. The coalition of G7 allies had also set a cap of $60 per barrel for Russian crude, compelling Russia to sell discounted oil or invest in other alternative ecosystem for its economy. Now, recent plans take invoking tightened compliance on price ceiling. The new penalties, the largest since the war's onset, reflects the ongoing pressure on the Western allies to somehow curb the Russian economy. However, doubts persist over additional security assistance for Kyiv too, due to the congressional gridlock. President Biden's administration seeks congressional action to provide essential resources and weapons to Ukraine, but that is not happening so easily. While sanctions aim to hinder Russia's military capabilities, experts still caution that they might not suffice. The National Security Council official Peter Harrell underscores the significance of congressional support for Ukraine's military assistance. Although the sanctions have contracted Russia's economy largely by 2.1% in 2022, it still performed above expectations. Even in 2023, the trend continued. The IMF has forecasted that the GDP growth for Russia in 2024 could be around 2.6% of its GDP growth. Now, that is exceptional given the fact that it is a war economy. The IMF spokesperson Julie Kozak highlights the economic complexities with military expenditures driving the weapon production, and amid rising inflation, this boosts an economy. But there is one more question that everyone needs to ask. Will these new sanctions be enough to bring down the Russian war machine?